This game was just was a grinder. It just seemed like it just couldn't get a sustained momentum, and sometimes those kind of games are really tough to play. And I'm really proud of our team's answer to the nature this game took on, because it was hard. It was one of those where you have Rashara Brown, who's just playing out of her mind, and again, is one of the best guards in the Big 12, obviously, and tonight really showed that here on the road. But, she created a lot of momentum for that basketball team, and I felt like for us, we never really had a momentum player until the beginning of the second half, when Jalana really kind of took over our offense and gave us an opportunity to get a little bit of distance in this game and just put us in a position to compete with a little bit of confidence in the second half. So proud of her, proud of our ability to kind of just grind it out in a game that wasn't necessarily pretty, but it took a lot of effort and a lot of mental resolve.
Really, how important was that opening part of the second half?
Yeah.
Especially with the offense right now.
I thought the opening of the second half was very critical for us. I felt that game could have got away from us, and we had to find something that we could hang our hat on for a few possessions. We were just having a difficult time figuring out what it was going to be, who it was going to be, and Jalana was just willing to step up and make the big plays, and really just took the game over at that point in time. So you had Rashara on that end, and you had Jalana on this end, and that's the answer we needed desperately.
The second half to getting the playoff bench from Alina.
Well, we talked about that with the team, that this truly was another team win. It was so critical that everyone came in off the bench and was very focused on making a positive difference relative to their strengths, and that's what we saw. We saw Alina stretch the defense with a three, and at the same time come back and bring that versatile game in later possessions. The drive to the rim, that was very well timed and executed. And then the jump shot, that again wasn't a forced jump shot early in offense. It was one she knew we needed, and it was within the framework of her skills. Kelsey Hill steps up, plays major minutes for us defensively, wants responsibility for the ball when we're giving Mariah a rest, and also hits the big three, is willing to take that shot and drops that down. And so we just saw individuals step up off the bench and give us what we needed. I thought Julianne's minutes were far better defensively than they've been in the last couple games. A better feel and understanding. I thought Taylor stepped up and made a really big short jump shot when we needed a little bit of separation after Missouri got close. So all those things were in play, and in order to win a game like this, we needed every bit of it.
Rashara Brown, besides the last three, she had 18 points in the first half, only 12 in the second.
Yeah. It's weird to say only 12 in the second half because, but at the same time, I do think most of them came late when the penetration lanes were open, because we were extending on the threes, and you're playing those final 2 minutes or 3 minutes and such. But we tried, 2 or 3 different looks on her. I thought we put ourselves in a hole early in the first half with her, gave her an opportunity to get rhythm with the way we defended on balls or didn't defend them even the first possession of the game. And we're going to learn a lot from watching this film and watching her, because she puts a great deal of pressure on your on-ball defense. I felt like we were playing in the NBA, and every possession was it was a two-man game and on-ball. We tried to make adjustments. We probably played it 3 or 4 different ways over the course of the game, at least 3 different ways in the second half. and we were better at it, but she still compensated with a couple of layups, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. She was on it.
Did rebounding win this game for you?
Rebounding was very critical because, again, they were just offensively between she and Jones. They were putting so much pressure on us, and of course we were struggling to find ourselves offensively. And if we hadn't boarded the ball, especially on the defensive end, late in the second half, and if we hadn't awakened our sense of offensive rebounds, I think we had 3 at half. And you can see we really jumped that number up and gave ourselves a chance on a night when we weren't shooting a great percentage. We had to have those extra possessions.
Jalana, you're pretty excited about talking about the offense earlier. What you kind of feel tonight coming into the year?
No, it's just something we've been, the coaches and my teammates have been trying to get out of me. It's just to actually dominate a game, and I feel like I have to do that each and every game. There wasn't anything different about this game. Like I don't look at it as a rivalry, or I don't like it's just a game, and I wanted to step up today. Like today was a day, and it needs to continue on to the next game and the game after that, and in practice. I mean, I've done it in practice, played well in practice, practice hard. Everybody does. Just got to show it every day in games, and I think that was a difference today. Just putting that in my head to do that, and I think I did step up. And I just had a lot of fun out there today, and that's important.
A specific chunk of time too, right after halftime too. Were you just kind of in a group there?
Yeah, I knew Taylor. She tells me every game, post up, I'm going to get you the ball, and I knew she was going to pound it into me. So I attacked and just kept attacking. So things just ended up in our hands today.
Did you feel the momentum swing there a little bit too?
Yeah, I'm an energy player, and I was having fun at the beginning of that second half. So.
Alina, talk about some of your buckets there in the stretch to kind of pull away at the end, especially your drive to the basket.
It's just stepping up. First half was not good enough, and second half just keep at it. That was my motivation. Just keep shooting, see what happens. So. It's life-changing. I mean, it's a whole new ball game. So, yeah, comfortable and like guarding defense, going after boards and stuff and battling, knowing, how tough it is out there. So, actually being comfortable with that, like now I actually know for sure, and trying to get position and stuff like that. So that's where I'm getting a lot more confidence in.
Yeah, it feels great. In this league, it's just such a war. And when you're at home, it's the opportunity is obviously there's a little different emotion at home. And so we just needed it. We'd played so hard, and I thought we had played some real high quality basketball, and to finally get, sort of like a piece of chocolate at the end. You get the dessert. You get a little dessert at the end of the meal, and it's nice to finally know that our team gets that feeling, because we walked away from the other 2 games feeling like, geez, we've really done some great things, but we didn't get the win. So at this stage in a long Big 12 season, where there's going to be wins and losses for everybody, this felt really good after 2 hard-fought battles.
Were you concerned though when you
Yeah, I was really bummed out when that happened. I just felt like she has such an ability on this night to score the ball, and we were getting her touches, and it really disturbed me that we lost her on a kind of a scrum play, on the offensive end of the floor. but I knew we wanted her in the game, and it was just, seemed like there weren't a lot of lucky plays for us. You know, we had to make plays, and that was another one of those not lucky plays, I thought. I'm like, gee whiz, are you kidding me? Why did that have to happen? But it did, and there were a lot of plays like that tonight where you felt, remember the one where Taylor almost got the steal and then kicked it?
Yeah.
And that was a humongo possession, and you knew it. They kept getting other, other opportunities, and finally they capitalized. And it seemed like those lucky plays weren't going our way, and that was just another one.
She only got 2 points from Brittany. It's her lowest scoring output of the season, but by that same token, she grabs 10 rebounds. Can you talk about her ability to, I guess, contribute in other areas of the game when the scoring's not there?
Yeah, I think that's the thing all of our players, and tonight for Brittany, it was critical to understand and to learn is you have to find a way to battle beyond yourself. You have to find a way to stay with your team, impact play, impact the game in another way, and yet still play with a confidence and an aggressiveness that's going to allow you to take and make a shot before the night's over. Unfortunately for her, I'm not sure when that shot was. I don't even remember if it was first or second half. It was just a rough night for her from the floor. But the rebounding numbers are there, and that's absolutely critical to us being successful. So just as you have somebody come off the bench for a minute and a half, make a stop, get a rebound, keep you in offense, those players that are playing major minutes that might not be in their groove offensively have to find other ways to impact us.
All right. You see the Sheely winning bobbleheads at all? You see those yet?
Yeah, yes.
What do you think of them?
I think they're darling. My favorite part is the knee pads. And I've said this before, but to our media, if you think it doesn't really look like Shaylee, it's because Shaylee really has a very little head. And the bobblehead is a really big head. But look at the little body and look at the little knee sleeves, and it looks just like Shaylee. And the ponytail, right? And a bobblehead's not a bobblehead unless it's a big head. So we love the bobblehead.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.